Hello, my lovelies. Crysta here from Literature Glitter in Garland, Texas. I am an elite retailer. In My shop is inside of Plaza Garland in Garland, Texas. There's a lot of garlands in there. So when you jump on, tell me hi. The reason I'm at this wonky angle is that we've got a lot to cover tonight. So what we have done is hello, my lovelies, and welcome back. I just had a hiccup with my StreamYard, so I think I've got it back. The reason I'm at this wonky angle is because I've got a lot to show you. I've had some requests to show you guys some gilding waxes and stenciling, and so that's exactly what we're going to do tonight. A few weeks ago, I did a desk that had stripes on it, and I had already had it pre-striped. And somebody asked me how to stripe. So when you get on, tell me hi. So I know that somebody's on. Sorry, my StreamYard is acting really wonky. So give me a thumbs up. Oh, I got a thumbs up. Hey, Dana Perry Ridge. Hey, Chica. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you how to stripe. Now, I have already added a little bit of gilding wax here, but I'm going to show you guys how to get this kaleidoscope effect using your gilding waxes. So tonight we're going to be striping. We're going to be using gilding wax. We are going to be using our copper, our zinc, our black, our bronze, and the chameleon wax and lilac. So here in just a minute, you're going to be able to hear me and see my hands, but you're not going to be able to see me. Just wanted to pop on and go, yeah, it's really me. Hi. So if you are a Dixie Belle retailer, please put in your information so other people can find you in your area. And let's get started, shall we? So first of all, I'm going to talk about tape and your tape choice, and then I'm going to show you how to stripe. So as you can see, this is a nightstand. It's not a big dresser, it's just a little nightstand. So you've got different sizes. Let me show you this. You can tell there's different sizes of the tape. See, this one is, and then you got the thinner one. And if you wanted to, you could also go down to your hardware store, your local auto store. And I've actually used pin striping for cars if I wanted that teeny tiny little stripe. Pin stripes are great for that. So done that. So I have decided, since this is smaller, I'm using this size tape. It's a painter's tape. This is the Scotch Blue. And let's get going. Hey, Eva girl, Miss Debbie's on with me. Um, let's see her, Gina, Nikki, Sue Owens is on. Donna's on with me. Christina, hey, Bug. We got people from Florida and Ann from Indiana. Kendra, Sue. Uh-oh, my husband's on. Glitter to glitter, they call me Shorty. Want to get together afterwards for dinner? Hey, yeah, baby, I'll go to dinner with you after all this. Don't worry, it's not well, it is a creepy stalker guy, but I'm married to that creepy stalker guy, so that makes it legal. But yeah, I'll definitely take you up on that, babe. So what I'm doing is, as you can see, I'm putting my tape right beside the other one and taking this and going down, putting my edge to edge, and going, I don't go in big sections, just little sections at a time. And here we go. And I'm patting that side down. And so to save on tape, what I do is that I reuse, and I'm going to I've got my little number 3 blade X-Acto, and I'm going to cut it right down here. Yeah, sure, Crysta, you're going to cut it. It's a new blade too. I just don't want to cut into my paint there. So there we go. watching from Spokane, Washington. So Rhonda, and we've got Lori. We've got Debbie is in from Australia. Uh-oh, my husband's flirting. Go for it, ladies. Y'all are bringing back. So what I do is I take this one, I pull it off, and then I reuse it right next to this one. And get that in there right up to the top. Make sure that I'm right on the edge. You don't want to overlap it, but just right on that edge. And see how I move that? I'm not using any extra tape there. So tell me if you have used gilding wax. Give me a show of hands. Tell me, yeah, I've used it. No, I haven't. I'm interested in using it. Need to know more information. Tell me where you're at with the gilding waxes. If you've got questions, feel free to pop them in, and I will get them answered. And so you see how quickly striping can go. Now, you want to make sure that your paint is dry. You don't want to do this over wet paint because you will pull your paint. Awesome, I keep using new pieces. Carrie, hey Carrie, she's watching from here in Texas. Melissa's on. Used it, love it. Very versatile. Yes, Carrie, it is very versatile. Gina says she hasn't used it yet. Eva Girl says she's never used it, but she's ready to learn. Kendra says it works great on silk screen stencils. Yes, it does. I'm going to pull that right up here. I'm going to put that down again. See, I'm reusing that piece. Going to go right down beside that edge. I don't need to put this one down super hard. And then I'm going to go right up to that edge there. There we go. I actually had another shop owner come in this evening as I was taping off some of the other, and he says, I don't know how you have the patience for that. And I showed him how quick it went, and Alex was like, I could never do that. And I'm like, Alex, yes, you can. He's like, no, I can't. So there you go. I'm going to pull this one off. Debbie says, I have not done this with stripes. Well, Miss Debbie, you got something to look forward to because this is fun. As many of you know, and excuse me for just 1 second, I forgot my baby wipes. Oh, that's it. I think I might fire myself. So when I finger paint with my gilding wax, I quite often have my baby wipes handy. So make sure you've got your baby wipes. What I'm going to do is that this one I've already completed. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the effects we're going for. I'm just going to grab these and pull them right off. And that's why I leave the tags. Of course, I have not done the side here with the lilac, so I want to leave that. So what we're going to do is we are going to start off. There's my lilac. I don't want to use that yet. Let's start off with the bronze. So this is bronze gilding wax. And finger painting. It's adult finger painting. I know, Carrie, blasphemy. I need the wipes. So Aletha Rogers says, I wondered how everyone got those so even and nice. Well, now you know. Now you've got the secret. So finger painting for adults, this is great. Just put a little bit on my finger. And I am going to kind of just go in, no rhyme or reason. Now, if you notice, I am not going side to side because if you go side to side, you'll push this up against your crease here and you'll have a buildup. So when you pull, you're going to have a buildup. I'm going to show you how to get away from that too. But I'm just kind of splotching this on in different areas and wiping it because I don't want it real thick. The thicker it is, the longer it's going to take to dry, and we don't want that. So I'm just kind of going in and making a little kaleidoscope of colors, having me some fun. It's time we got back to fun with this, isn't it, guys? And that's exactly what I'm doing. Going back, having some fun. So I do have some news for you guys. If you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I've been doing videos for Dixie Belle for a few years now. And back in the old days when we first started up, my husband and my son, well, my son Austin used to run my camera. Okay, I'm going to switch up. I am going to switch over to, what did I grab? Copper. So I'm going to take my baby wipe. Ta-da! Just grab my baby wipe. There we go. All gone. I'm going to wipe it on, well, that's just baby wipe. So I'm wiping it on my pants. Not that it matters. I got paint on my pants anyway. So I'm going to be using my copper gilding wax now. I'm going to be doing the same thing, just kind of putting it in wherever. And you're like, wow, that's bright. But you see, I've got copper in here. But we're going to tone it down. But back to my story. My son, Austin, used to run our camera. And my husband, Shorty, we used to have family fun night every other Saturday night. So I can't guarantee that they're going to be on with me every Saturday night next month, but I am on the schedule for every Saturday night in September. And we are going to be bringing back a couple of nights where Austin and Shorty are going to be joining me. And we're going to be bringing back Family Fun Night on the Dixie Belle main page. We might be using transfers. We might be using, Lord only knows, stencils, silk screen stencils. So what I'd like for y'all to do is to tell me what kind of products y'all would like to see used, and I'll be happy to incorporate them in pieces and help you out and answer your questions. And so, again, time for the baby wipe, because we're moving on. I'm messy, so I love finger painting. Yes, ma'am. Debbie said she cannot live without stripes. I know. I am so obsessed. Wait till you see what we're getting ready to do at the top once we're done with this. So while I'm still talking, I'm going to be moving to my zinc. My hubby says, yeah, he gets more paint on him than my piece. Yep, he does. He's a messy painter. So we're going to go in with our zinc and add a little bit of zinc in here. And even though I already had some zinc there, what we're doing is we're just kind of filling in the gaps here. No rhyme, no reason, but you can see how it's coming along. It's progressing. And so that's what you want. You just want a progression. You don't want it too thick. If you've got questions on patina or sea spray, anything like that, I will go back, check comments, answer questions, and if you've got some suggestions on things that you would like to see, I'll be happy to do that. Like I said, that's why I incorporate, well, I was going to do stripes, and I thought about striping it all off before I went live, and I said no because I had a request where somebody didn't know how to do stripes. So that's why I showed you guys tonight, because I said I would. And there we go. Now, also, I'm going to be using black on this piece. And you're thinking, well, Crysta, it was already painted in caviar. Why are you using black? I'm going to show you here in just a second why I'm going to be using black as well. Because some of this is going to give it a different texture by adding a little bit of the black wax with it. It's just going to age a little bit of it. So guess what time it is? Baby wipe. Would it work with mousse? Yes, you can use this with mousse striping, and you can do that with mousse. So this works. I have used this technique with the stripes. I've used it with sea spray, patina, paint, gilding wax, voodoo gel stain, no pain gel stain. this is just, the taping is a great method, and I love it. So, we see, oh, Miss Betty's on. Hey, Miss Betty. Okay, so I told you I was going to use my black wax. So let me show you, like right in here. I just got a teeny tiny little bit of black wax. And what that's going to do is it's going to age it a little bit. And so by adding the black wax in like little streaks, what you're doing is that when we add the lilac over the whole thing, it's just going to give it a little bit of texture to give it a little bit more. Oh, that's a technical term, guys. That's a scientific and very technical term, is oh. And again, you notice I'm not going side to side. I don't want to push stuff into and under my tape and get really thick lines on the end. So, time for my baby white. Hey, Dixie Belle. Everybody say hi to Dixie Belle. I guess that means I got to be good. They're watching. All right. So the next step is I am going to be using my lilac. This is the chameleon wax. So the chameleon wax is great because depending upon which angle you view it from, it's going to be more shimmery, less shimmery. If you do it really thin, sometimes you might not even see it until you get it just in the right light. And I love that. So I am using not a absolutely stiff brush, artist brush, but it's not a soft one either. It's kind of a medium tipped artist brush. And I'm just going to go straight in and dab a little bit. And again, I'm going to be going up and down, and I'm going to be filling the whole area of my stripes in all over everything with my lilac. Now, if you notice in my little concoction here, I did not use gold and I did not use silver. And that was a design choice for me because even though I love the silver and I love the gold, it's one of those things that everybody does it. Everybody uses it. And I just kind of like to be a little bit different. If you can see, our kaleidoscope is taking, this is starting to match the other ones. I'm just going over the whole thing with the lilac. Now you can do this with your finger as well, but it just takes you a while. So I am just using, like I said, it's not a stiff brush. It's a medium. And if I see a place that I think is a little bit too much of one color, I can always just add a little bit more chameleon wax over top of it. And again, I'm going down because I do not want to push this up underneath and get those harsh lines. So what do y'all think of this kaleidoscope effect? Hey, Jesse. Melissa's in from Maryland. Got people from San Antonio, Melbourne, Australia. Let's see here. Some Parrish, Florida. Amber said she almost missed me. Aw, well, you didn't. I'm here. And so we're actually going to be doing the same effect on the top. When I'm done, I'm going to start it tonight with the Harlequin stencil. And so I'm going to have stripes on both sides and Harlequin on top. And then once this dries, I might be adding some stripes or Harlequin to the front of my piece. I wanted to get the sides and the top done and then decide what to do on the front. I've got 2 drawers on the front. And so, like I said, it is just a really fun method to get in there. Play with your gilding waxes, mix them up. You can layer them. As you can see, you can layer them. So if the bronze or the copper is a little bit too much and you want an aged look, you can always dab a little bit of your black wax on top and go from there and age it up a little bit. We always say your imagination is your limitation. And so don't be afraid to combine your products. Just make sure that whatever you use, that it is compatible. So I would not use my wet like I'm doing now. I would not use like my gemstone mousse with my gilding wax wet. I would put my gemstone mousse down first, let it dry, and then go back over with my gilding waxes once it is cured, because the gilding waxes are oil-based and the gemstone mousse is water-based. And so we don't like mixing water-based and oil-based. Well, oil and water. And so here we go, our last stripe, and then I'm going to show you a little bit of a technique to get those edges down. One thing that I like to do when I'm doing striping is that you will kind of get a little buildup on the edge, but I go back here in just a second and I'll show you. I'm getting ahead of myself. So excited to play. Anne says she loves that look. Carrie says, I love it. I was thinking of doing that to that box, but love the age. Yes, Carrie. Carrie sent me some pictures of a box that she was working on. She did a fabulous job on it. And I do love my stripes, though. Now, right in there, I want a little bit. There we go. All right. So what I do is I take a stencil brush, a very, again, artist brush, but a stencil brush, very stiff, natural tip fiber. See that? And I like to go back on my edges and just work outside in. That's, for me, I found that if I've got some buildup, it'll take some of that buildup off. Oops, what am I doing left-handed? Ah, thought I was being slick. But no. So I just go right along my line. Don't press too hard, because you know this is wet. You will move it. You want to move it a little bit off of, you know, so you don't have such a stark edge, but not enough to where you're pulling everything. So I go back over when I'm doing my gilding wax with the stencil brush over the edges, just to make sure I get that build up on the edge. And so it's not so stark. Because like I said, you can get a buildup, and you don't want that. And this is the way when you're using the gilding wax to get rid of that. So if you get a chance and you like what I'm doing, please, up in the description is my Litter to Glitter page. Please go over, give me a follow, give me a like. We do videos, and you can contact me with information over there. Be happy to answer your questions. Please check out your local retailer if you have one. If you don't, if you're going to place an online order, my link My affiliate link is up in the top by ordering that. It's just a little thank you that I get a little bit of credit to bring you guys more and more of these videos. And I thank y'all for that. So again, I'm just getting these edges and then I'll remove the tape. I'm going to have to move my camera a little bit for us to get to the top. And then we will work on the Harlequin stencil on the top. So again, I'm just getting those edges. And I will not pull the tape until I do this. It's very difficult to lay your line perfectly. So even though I might not have a large ledge, I would rather do this than have to try to lay my tape back down exactly there on the edge. So that striped look is perfect for Halloween. Yes, it is, Dixie Belle. So looky there. Looky, looky, looky. Look at this. Looky. So we have a kaleidoscope of colors, and we have just, ooh, look, I got my finger. There you go. So let's move up to the top. Give me just a moment. I'm going to have to move my camera to get up on the top, and we will start working on the Harlequin. I had my tripod up here earlier. See all my Dixie Belle goodness? My Dixie Belle goodness. So right there, I think. Is that good for you guys? Alrighty. So y'all can actually kind of see me now, I think. If I get, I'm here. I swear to you, I'm here. So let me move everything over. There we go. So moving around. All right. So what I want to do is I kind of want to, you can see it's got the edge here. I don't know if you can see that on camera because it is in caviar. And I'm going to set it right there along that edge and kind of centered. And then I'm just going to take a piece of tape because I don't know how far we're going to get on this tonight. And I just want to make sure it's not going to move on me if we don't get it all done tonight. So if not, if I don't get this all done tonight, I promise you guys what I will do is that tomorrow we will have our shop closed. My husband's mother was in the hospital this week. She's okay, but she is home. She just had a little infection. And we're going to go see Shorty's mom tomorrow, so we are closing our shop. But if I do not get this done tonight, I promise you that on Monday, I will come back into my shop on Monday, and I will go live on my Litter to Glitter page and show you guys and finish up on Monday. So Betty says, real life live. Yes, ma'am. I have something I want to do this on, following this closer. And Annie, if you want, oh, my husband says, no, you have to finish it. Well, honey, if I don't finish it here, can I stay late at the shop and go live on my Litter to Glitter page after? Because I know you wanted to go to dinner. Let me know, let me know. So this is the Harlequin stencil by Dixie Belle. Now, again, I'm just going to start with my copper because I want it, and there's going to be no rhyme or reason, and I'm doing very thin, and I'm going to be adding different colors in, but I want to make sure that I'm going to have each one of the colors that I'm using in some way, shape, or form in every one of my triangles. And some I will have a little more, some I'll have a little less, some I will have around the edge. Some you can just do it in a circle in the middle. No rhyme or reason, and that's the great thing about the kaleidoscope, is that you can do it any way you want to. It's one of those techniques that the less you think about and the more you have fun with it, the better it's going to come out. So just don't overthink yourself with this. Don't overthink it. My husband says that he will bring me a pillow and a blanket. So, all right, well, let's get playing, shall we? Actually, he doesn't need to bring me a pillow and a blanket. I quite often build me a pallet out of my painting tarps. And so this is my copper gilding wax. Like I said, some I want a little bit more, some I want a little bit less, but I do want to make sure that I'm keeping it very thin as I'm doing several layers. I don't want it to build up. And so I'm going in very, very thin. Yes, Kay, Jaime Barrera is Shorty. That is my husband. Carrie says a blue and a pink chameleon would be nice. I am just amazed that they came up with the chameleons at all. I think it is absolutely gorgeous. And like I said, just no rhyme, no reason, just have fun with it. And I still have to do the striping on the other side, and I still have to figure out what I'm going to do with the front. And so what I'll do is I'll do this row, and I'll complete this. That way it's over half. And then I think I'll come back on Monday because Mama's hungry. So we got to get me some munchies and crunchies. And it's not often that my husband and I have the ability to go out to dinner. So I'm going to take him up on that offer. All right. So what's the next step, guys? Baby wipe. Baby wipe. Da 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 da. Baby wipe. Okay. So that was my copper. Now I'm going to go back with. Eva said, Crysta, thank you for showing this. I've learned a ton. Very welcome, Eva. This is my bronze. So I've already got down copper. I'm going in with my bronze. Just kind of hitting areas that I see that don't have any wax. And again, I still have my zinc and my black to go. So in the ones that I'm doing went in the middle, I'm just kind of going along the side. And you don't even have to put chameleon over it if you don't want. That's just the look I'm going for with this. You can layer these any way you want, in any pattern that you want, and mix them in. Just have fun with it. That's why we do this, isn't it? Is to have fun. And it's adult finger painting. I get so jealous. I go and I play with my friends' kids and grandkids, and I want to finger paint. It's like, okay, well, when you're 49 years old and you say you want to finger paint, people pick on you. Well, here I am. I'm finger painting. And loving it. Can y'all see the difference between the copper? Let me see if I can get this better on the camera. There we go. There we go. Ooh, she's shining now. The copper and the bronze. The copper is just a little bit darker. Gives a little bit more texture. And like I said, once we put the lilac over top of it, it's amazing. As you saw in the stripes on the side. Like I said, I'm just making sure to hit some edges because I do want it to be a harlequin pattern. So you got to make sure you get up against your side. But if you notice, I'm not going this way up against the sides. I'm going outwards because I don't want to push the product up underneath my edges. And if I'm right on the edge, I pat straight down, not putting it under my stencil. Yeah, once I moved it, y'all could really see the bling, huh? Bling, bling. Make it go wowzers. At least I didn't say jinkies. We're almost done with our copper, and then I will move on to the zinc. Okay, so, ooh, I want a little bit more right there. Looks like I missed one. See a couple that I just want to add a little bit more before I get my what? Get my baby wipe. Because it's almost baby wipe time. It's baby wipe time. Betty says, that's stunning. Kay says, you're a great instructor. Thank you, Kay. Hey, Crystal. Hey, Dana Files. Oh, my. Gina says she can't wait to see it as well. Carrie says, to Annie, life is way too short. Enjoy every moment. Yes, ma'am. So let's see here. Love the marble effect. Yes. Okay. So now I am grabbing there's my zinc. So this is my zinc gilding wax. We're going to be adding the zinc. And just a little teeny tiny bit goes a very, very long way. And what I'm going to be doing is making sure that I am getting gilding wax over all of my stencil because remember, I'm just using the black to give it some texture. And so I'm not really going to be going all over it with the black. I'm just going to be hitting that in little streaky spots. So I just want to make sure that I'm all good. And that I'm getting my edges. Nothing worse than a diamond that's not a diamond because you forgot a side. That's horrible. And some I'm just going to be adding a little more, some a little less, just like with the other one. Maybe put a couple of drops in. And without the lilac, if you can see, this almost gives it a patina finish using the gilding wax by layering these. It almost gives it a crusty, rusty patina feel. So just, I don't know if that's showing up on camera. Some products are very, very difficult to show on camera, which are like your metallics and things like that. But it is in person without the lilac. It's kind of a rusty, crusty, but it's beautiful. And then that lilac just gives it a little bling. Little gives it a lot of bling. Yeah, it gives it a whole lot of bling. You can see how quickly this is moving. Oh wow, just looked at the time. I still got 20 more minutes with you guys. So yeah, we'll finish this area up, and then on Monday I will come back and do the rest. Because like I said, I still have to stripe off this side, and I also need to do the top. Kind of go all over on that one. Make sure I hit my corners, my edges. Fun, fun, fun. Love it, love it. Michelle asked, newbie here, love what you're doing. Do you seal this piece once you're done? Okay, I sealed this piece before I put my gilding wax on, and so you don't have to seal if you don't want to, since this is an oil base. If you want to seal over top of it, you need to wait. I usually wait, just to err on the side of caution, a few days before I put a polyacrylic top coat over top of it, because this is oil based. And the polyacrylic top coats are water-based, and you don't want to mix those. So Dana just asked, will I seal this? Yeah. Dana, Kay says, well, darn, I missed it. We're going to watch the video. Thank you. Getting ready for Hurricane Ida. Girl, be safe. Please be safe. I know that hurricane, I saw the news today. They said it was getting a little bit stronger as it's heading to the coast. Please be careful. Batten down the hatches. So get a couple more of my edges, and then we will go over with the lilac. Love this Harlequin stencil. So grateful that Dixie Belle came out with the Harlequin, because y'all saw me tape the sides, right? Easy peasy. Not so much if you're trying to tape diamonds. Not as easy. And so when Dixie Belle came out with this Harlequin stencil, it was like, yes! So happy for that. Because if you've ever taped Harlequin, it ain't pretty, and it's not for the weak. And so there you go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this up real quick, because I want you to see the effect with just this without the lilac. And so you're going to see what I mean by it looks rusty and crusty. You see that? So without the lilac, it's rusty and crusty. All right. So get my hinge back down. There we go. Let me get my handy dandy baby wipe. But you can see what I mean by it gives it that rusty crusty. Oops. And I have definitely been doing some, so you want to get your baby wipes. There we go. And guys, forgive me for just a second, but my knees have decided that they have had it. So since I am going to grab my handy dandy rollaway cart. Ha ha! Yeah, baby. Again, I've got my brush and my chameleon wax and lilac. Look at that. It's a beauty. And then I am going in from the sides, and I'm going to make sure that I am going all over. And so I will take a little bit more time using this brush because I want to make sure that I'm getting all over and that I'm not pushing underneath of my side. So as you see, I'm going in from each side towards the middle and then hitting that edge, hitting the middle to make sure, since I want this lilac all over, to make sure that I am not missing an edge. Oh, my knees, thank you guys for your patience and your love and giving me that 30 seconds to go grab my roll around stool. Woo! Think my knees were about ready to go on strike. And can y'all see the way that this is changing just by adding the lilac? Especially over the caviar, it is such a beautiful, beautiful finish. OMG. Loving it. Loving it. Give me just one more second. Hey, Cheryl Toki's on. Hey, JJ Bean Design. Looks industrial without the lilac. Yes, it does look industrial. So now I can see my comments instead of looking at the floor. You can go down here. Fill in those corners. So tell me, other than gold and other than silver, what I've shown you tonight, out of the copper, the bronze, the black, the zinc, what is going to be the next one that you try? And let me know if I've inspired you to try something new. Because we just have to keep playing, don't we? And then we're going to, again, I'm still going back over from the outside in because I don't want to build up my edge. And like I said, this is kind of a little bit slower just because I want to make sure that I go all over. But it is moving quite well. Right there. There we go. Let's see here. The copper is amazing. One of my favorites. But Wanda says love them all, but the lilac is the bomb. Betty is voting for the zinc. Amber says, yes, you've inspired me to try this. Do not have zinc yet. I really like the zinc. If you're looking for something that is a little less bling than the silver, zinc is the way to go. You can always, like I said, if you want it more aged, you can add the black wax on top of it to age it up a little bit. And so, loving it. Love, love, love. So are there any products out there that you guys would like for me to be, because I will be on every Saturday night in September at 8 o'clock Eastern. That's 7 o'clock Texas time, y'all. And if there is a product that you have questions on, I will be happy to show you those. Or if there's a technique, be happy to help you guys out and do a demo on one of my lives. And help you guys out, because that's why we're here. So, yeah, this is the who makes the stencil, please. This is the Dixie Belle. This is the Harlequin, and love it. Like I said, when Dixie Belle came out with the Harlequin, oh, yeah, I was so excited. Because like I said, if you've ever taped Harlequin, it is not for the faint of heart. It's not for the weak. You know, when you try to do something like that and you just want to curl up in a ball and cry, that's what taping these things are like. Can I do it? Yeah. Do I want to do it? No. If there's an easier way, I'll take the easier way for 1,000, please, Alex. And this stencil is the easier way. And I will take this every day of the week and twice on Sunday. So, my daughter lives in Breckenridge, Texas. I'm in central New Jersey. Thank you for sprinkling me. A lot of people, when they're watching mine, because my business is Litter to Glitter, and so a lot of people who follow me will type in that they glittered me instead of sprinkled me. And the first time somebody did that, I got such a tickle out of that. That just absolutely made my day. And so I see we're down to about 7 minutes. Dixie Belle, if you're still on, if I run a few minutes late, is that all right with you? I'm hoping to be done, but if not, I promise I won't be here on another hour or anything, just a few more minutes. I'm hurrying, I promise. If not, I can always jump over to my Litter to Glitter page and finish up. I promise to be good. Oh, I am loving this, loving it. Going in from each side. Glittered and sprinkled. Thank you. Well, I've done it, but I've always enjoyed old world raging and things like that. I have ideas for the Harlequin. Thank you for glittering me, Jessie. And so here we go. We're almost there, playing Beat the Clock. And so again, if you're a Dixie Belle retailer, please put in your Facebook link so people can find you. There is a link on the Dixie Belle website that you can find your local retailer by an area code zip code lookup, which is so good. If you don't have a local retailer and you've got questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be happy to answer your questions. Just know that I sleep too sometimes, and if I am awake, at 2 o'clock in the morning, I will answer your question at 2 o'clock in the morning. That doesn't mean I'm up at every 2 o'clock in the morning, so please don't get angry if I don't answer you at 2 o'clock in the morning and it's like 8 o'clock in the morning, because, you know, even I gotta sleep. But if I'm up, I promise you, I will answer you. So like I said, adding this chameleon wax over top of the copper, bronze, black, and zinc. Before this chameleon wax, it made it look very industrial, almost like a patina. And by adding this chameleon wax, gives it a kaleidoscope effect. And love it. Almost there. Oh, I got 4 minutes. We are going to be done in 4 minutes. So, yay. I beat, oh man. No, I don't know if I am or not. Dang it. Because I need to go back and hit my edges. Okay, what I can do is this. Let me hit a couple of edges that I see a little bit of buildup on, and I can always lift it up and then take it back down. But at least you guys will be able to see what I'm talking about. That one's got some. Just want to make sure I get some of these, make sure my edges. Like I said, you don't want to push down real hard because you'll move everything. What you want to do is you just want to kind of lightly go outside in and make sure that you hit your edges. I don't see massive buildup on some of these others. So are we ready for the big reveal? Drum roll. So is this your third or fourth color now? Okay, so before I do this, I started with my bronze gilding wax, and then I used my copper gilding wax. Then I used my zinc gilding wax, and then I used my black gilding wax, and then I used my chameleon in lilac. So this is actually my fifth color in this. Can you believe it? 5 colors. Finger painting the whole way. So here we go. Ta-da! So let me grab the camera because I've got it on my teeny tiny little tripod and bring it down right here so you guys can see this up close. And this is what gilding wax and a stencil can do to your piece. This is just gilding wax and a stencil. So if you've got this stuff in your arsenal, pull it out, love on it, play with it. If you're not sure what it's going to look like and you're not sure that you want to do your whole piece in it, get yourself a project board. Get yourself a project board. Do it on that. Do your base coat. Play with it. And then look at it. So thank you guys for telling me that you love it. And I see wowzers and beautiful and awesome and gorgeous. And look at the bling. It does almost look like abalone. And Dana Perry Ridge says it's cosmic. And so there you go. Let me show you guys the side once more. Again, go ahead, give me a follow on my Litter to Glitter page. I will come back on Monday, and I will be doing the other side as well and finishing up the top. And then let me just put that back down. And then let me get over here so I can just say bye. Let's see here. Eek. Where am I? Eek, eek, eek. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. It has been a blast. So glad I was able to create using the Dixie Belle stencils and the gilding wax tonight. Again, zinc, bronze, copper, black. Those are the regular waxes. And I use the chameleon wax and lilac. And I use the Dixie Belle Harlequin stencil. So there you go. I will see you guys back next Saturday night at 8 Eastern. That's 7 o'clock Texas time, y'all. And I will be back on every Saturday night in September. Much love to you all. And thank you. Much love to you guys. Bye.